On this episode of inCycle, we're with rising star Tom Pidcock.
Last year it was a year to gain experience and not any results. And now this year I want to show what I can do and see what races I can win.
We look at the newest addition to the Women's World Tour.
The women deserve something like this. We deserve a structure. We are just professional. We don't have to take care about having our bikes or how I'm traveling to the camp or how I'm traveling to the races.
But first we focus on rehabilitation with Petr Vakoč.
I remember waking up on the ground, and at first I thought it was waking up from a nightmare because I didn't know what happened, and it felt like waking up in the middle of the dream. And then I saw Bob above me, and I was asking him where we are, what happened, and then it took me a few minutes to realize actually that I'm in South Africa, and then it all clicked together that we went on the training and we crashed, and then we were hit by a truck.
In January 2018, Petr Vakoč, along with teammates Laurens de Plus and Bob Jungels, were involved in a crash whilst training at altitude in South Africa. Both Vakoč and de Plus were clipped by a truck, forcing them to the tarmac, with Jungels narrowly missing the collision. inCycle recently caught up with Petr to discuss his racing return and that fateful day.
I knew I could breathe a bit heavily, but I was like, okay, I'm alive. And then I was focusing on my legs. And at the beginning, I was like, I cannot feel my legs, I cannot move them. And then Bob, he was really like calming me down. He was telling me, it's just a shock, you will be okay, you'll be okay. And then, yeah, at that moment, I just, once I could move the legs, I was like, okay, now I am alive. Once I was in hospital and found out that I have 6 vertebrae broken and that I need a surgery, I just thought, okay, at the moment I can move my legs, and if I wake up after the surgery and I can still move my legs, I'll be fine. 2 weeks later, I could fly to Europe. I went to Prague because my family is there, but also there is one of the best spine hospitals in the world. And there I had 2 more surgeries, which really made me healthy again. And I couldn't move for 3 months. I had to wear the chest brace. And then I started basically immediately, a few days after the surgeries, with some easy exercises. I was basically starting to walk again. Yeah, the accident happened in end of January, and half of May I could start moving my bike a little bit, and at the beginning of June I could sit on the bike for the first time.
In the months after crashing, Vakoč began to rehabilitate, first on his indoor personal trainer, astonishingly hanging it from the wall so he could remain lying down. Just 5 months after the near-fatal incident, the young Czech was remarkably ready to return to the bike once more.
I just felt 10,000 times more things than normally. I just was aware of the moving nature around. I was aware of the wind. I was really enjoying the pushing into the pedals. Although it was very small power, it felt like really nice. It felt amazing. It was a super nice feeling. Training-wise, I feel basically on the same level as in the past, but in the races I have a little bit worse feelings. I feel that there I will need some more time to be able to do the performance also after 200 kilometers, or just be able to change the pace all the time, and this will probably still take some time.
Just under a year after the crash, Vakoč began pre-season training, rejoining the newly named De Koning Quickstep for 2019. Earlier than expected, he returned to racing at the Vuelta a San Juan, almost a year to the day since crashing.
I had also incredible support from the team because they helped me to arrange everything, to have the best doctors, best transport, and also they gave me the confidence to take time to recover. I didn't have to worry with coming back as early as possible. I had all the time to recover, even though I was at the end of the contract. So all the other staff from the team were very, very supporting, and all the fans as well. That was really incredible experience.
I never really thought about anything, to be honest. Like, I never thought what I need to do when I'm older, because I was already doing it, you know. So it was never like, oh, I want to be a professional cyclist. In my head, I was already a cyclist anyway. So yeah, it's just always been what I've done, and I've never had any desire to do anything else.
Tom is seen by many as one of the next big names in the sport, and he's trying to do that balance in cyclocross and road racing. He's already won Paris-Roubaix as a junior, World Time Trial Champs as a junior, two-time European champion, six-time national champion, and already two-time world champion. So he's got massive potential. This season, we actually went and set up a team around Tom. And the idea was to create an environment where Tom could have fun on his bike. He's at a stage already in his career where he could have signed to numerous World Tour teams. But the idea was to build on a long-term project, so we started TP Racing.
Ik ben Kurt Bogaerts. Ik was de vroegere manager van het Anpost Shankeli-team. Wij concentreerden ons vooral vroeger op het ontwikkelen van jongere talenten. En die dat dan konden doorstromen naar de WorldTour. We hebben x-aantal grote namen, Sam Bennett, Ryan Mullen, Owen Dull. En dan dit jaar werd ik gecontacteerd door TP Racing om een nieuw project op te starten rond Tom Pidcock. Die dat ik identificeer als enorm talent, enorm veel mogelijkheden. En ons grote doel is om die zijn carrière te ontwikkelen tot een heel speciaal renner.
I was with Telenet last year in the cross, and you know the season was not bad. I won the World Cup, but yeah, I didn't win the two main biggest targets of the Euros and the World Champs. And I think the main reason why I left Telenet to make my own team was just, you know, it's always hard being English riding in a foreign team. I mean, there's a lot of people that appreciate that, and I think this has basically just been me making the perfect environment for me, basically. So, in the environment that I am able to perform in. So, yeah, that was the idea behind it, and I guess that the results this year have shown it's worked quite well. Yeah, the season started pretty bad, and yeah, I was the first few races in my new team with my name on it. I got pulled out. I was doing pretty awful, and yeah, you know, racing with the elites, it's always hard. So yeah, and then I got some blood checks, and a bike fit, and yeah, just little things. And so I had a back problem, and I was anemic, and then we sorted these out, and then I won the Euros. So yeah, and then from there it's been pretty good. In the under-23 races, I've won everything I wanted to. You know, the Worlds, the Euros, won the national champs and the elites and the World Cup. But then with the elites, it's hard because the gap is so big now with Van der Poel. And yeah, at the end of this year, I got third at Hulst and with Van der Poel and Van der Haar in front of me. So it shows that I can compete with them. It's just I'm a winner, and if I'm not at the front, then I sort of just lose focus and I can't be bothered anymore. So yeah, I think it is going to be tricky, but I think if I put my mind right, and yeah, I think I can be competitive next year in the elites. Yes, so the road this year is much more of a focus, I would say, than last year. Last year it was a year to gain experience and not any results, because with cross all year round and road I'm focusing, so it was, yeah, I still did all right, I got 6th in the stage of Tour of Britain, but there was nothing like amazing or anything. So yeah, and now this year, I want to show what I can do and see what races I can win. The targets for the road season are, the Worlds in Yorkshire, of course, and I want to do well at either in the Tour of Yorkshire and Tour of Britain. I want to try and win a stage. I mean, that's a big ask. Definitely for the foreseeable future, the next few years, I'll still be doing cross. I think in the very long term, maybe I won't continue with cross forever. I couldn't tell you exactly when, where, or how I'll finish cross. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice to finish once after having won an elite title in cyclocross. For me, there's no goal, specific goals that I want to achieve, certain races I want to win. It's just I want to be the best bike rider in the world.
Cycling has seen an increasing number of men's team sponsors branch into the women's peloton, and one of the latest arrivals is already making a big impact. A few months into their first season, Trek-Segafredo have established themselves as one of the sport's big hitters, with team director Ina Joko Teutenberg and star riders like Elisa Longoborghini, Lotte Lepisto and Ellen van Dijk.
Ina Joko Teutenberg, she asked me if she could give me my phone number to somebody from Trek team. And I said, yeah, but why is that? And she said, yeah, they are starting a new team, and yeah, they want to really make it professional. And they asked me to be a team director, but I'm not sure yet. And yeah, they want to speak to you. So actually, that was the first time I got in contact with them. And yeah, from the start, actually, it felt really good to me. Also because I knew Ina was gonna come on board, and I worked for a long time with Ina in the past. So yeah, we have a really good relationship, and I knew that if she would gonna lead this team, that for sure it would be cool. And then for sure with such a great sponsor as Trek, then I thought yeah, the bikes and everything, and having a men's team there already, I directly had all the trust that it was gonna be one of the best teams out there.
So last year, it's true that we knew about Wiggle finishing pretty late, and I was already looking for another team because I needed a new challenge for this year. So why Trek? Because I had more than one propositions, it's true, but Trek was new, was a good project, and I really like to work with all of the people working for Trek. I'm really happy to be alongside a girl like Ellen van Dijk, who is just amazing, or Trixie Vorak, who's been a world champion so many times and who has so much experience. And for me, it's a chance, and I feel like a little kid coming for the first time in a UCI team, and yeah, I'm learning so much at the moment. I'm almost 30 years old, but I feel like I can learn so much more. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually one of the oldest riders now. I'm also getting the older rider of the bunch. So I have quite some experience, yes, and also in different teams. I think I can be useful for the younger riders also, to help them a bit. And also in finals to really play together with other good riders, to really play the final together. There are different riders with different strengths, I think, and we can really complement each other in that. Also, I would be good in part of the lead out, but also for sure I want to win myself. So yeah, all these things together, yeah.
And Van Dijk has already demonstrated that versatility, securing her first Trek win at Dwars door Vlaanderen just days after helping 19-year-old Letitia Paternoster to a third-place finish at Gent-Wevelgem. It's the type of selfless leadership that other young teammates like Abby van Twisk are hoping to benefit from.
Being in that environment brings you up to the next level anyway, so yeah, it's a perfect place for development and just, yeah, want to do everything I can to help. Just even me observing, they might not know, but I do, is really useful. And we did TT today, and obviously Ellen and Trixie are both previous world champions and Trixie's current team time trial, so yeah, that was pretty cool training with them. Also Yolanda Neff, who does cyclocross as well on the road team, is really nice. So yeah, there's a mix, but we all get on really well.
Trek squad is only set to get stronger this summer too, with their very first signing, former world champion Lizzie Deignan nearing her return to racing after the birth of her daughter.
Obviously, she's quite a big name in Britain, so I actually saw a picture the other day, and when she was in 2012 Olympics in London, I used to train around Richmond Park, and I went with like full face paint with like Lizzie on my forehead. I was like, oh God, that's a bit much. But now riding on the team with her, yeah, she's got a lot of experience. But then also once you get to know them, they're just people at the end of the day.
In the past, I've rode for a couple of teams before where there was a men's team and a women's team. But to be honest, I've never had it as professional on this level as in Trek-Segafredo. I think it's like they really put energy in every detail. Like, yeah, for sure, the bike fitting is really important. It's not really a detail, but also the way the bike fitting is done is really good. Then there's like an osteopath, there are really good soigneurs, there is a chef. There has never been a chef for a women's team. Like, we never had somebody who cooked just food for us. We only had food from hotels. It's just all these things together, like everything is a step extra than what I've had in the past. So yeah, these things really add up.
The women deserve something like this. We deserve a structure where we are just professional. We don't have to take care about having our bikes or how I'm traveling to the camp or how I'm traveling to the races, you know? It's just, I'm just cyclist, and this is what I wanted, and this is something really impressive because we have so many good persons around us, and yeah, I feel really lucky, and I feel a bit like a princess, you know? It's just something I never experienced before.
Along with Cordon and Longo Borghini, Trek have also recruited another former Wiggle rider, the recently retired Giorgia Bronzini. Working alongside past sprint rival Teutenberg, the pair form a dream-directed tandem at the helm of the team.
I was always looking about in my career, in my last years of career, that could be amazing. Working also with some director, I really enjoy it, and some of them call me director in the race already when I was a rider, so that means a lot. Something that I really like it. And I think some of the girls that are working with me could say that I was a leader, but not because I put myself as a leader, just because naturally comes, and that's help. It means that my character, my way to be was like this, so it helps also in this. I mean, to take in the hands the decision and bring the team over some problems, difficulties, and enjoy also the good moments.
Elisa and Giorgia were two of the best teammates I had in Wiggle, and working with them again this year is a pleasure. I'm really happy. Having Elisa as my teammate, my right arm, and I'm also a bit her right arm, and I think it's really important to have someone like this in the team. I can always go to her and talk about everything about cycling or about my own life. It's really nice to have two persons that I can talk with them about everything. And yeah, I also think Giorgia it's at her place. She really deserved this place because she's really made for that, and she was already the captain in the team, and now she's the captain of the team, but in another way, and I think it's really great. And with Ina is a really good combo.
When you are in a comedy day,
It's true that the last years, I think the races that I have won is about tactic, is about being a smart rider, and that is a bit some trick that I could say to the girls. But I always think about that the team, the closeness about the teammate is the strength of the power for the win. So I hope that the girls are gonna understand that alone that they're going anywhere. They need to respect the teammate and work with them, be supporting each other, and then will come the win for sure.
So about my role, I discussed a lot with Ina, with Georgia, and it's true that maybe I lost a bit of my confidence and I lost a bit of my grinta, of the fire I had before in myself to win races, and this is really something I want to find back. I want to win races for myself, but also as a teammate, and I think we have the group for that. So it will be really interesting to see how we can defend our chances and how we can fight for it.
For sure, the goal is to challenge the best teams in the world. So that's Bulls, that will be Mitchelton Scott, that will be Sunweb, it will be every team. And yeah, for sure, Bulls has always set the bar pretty high. But I think it's not just Bulls, it's much more than that. We're gonna be there out there to win. And yeah, if we challenge Bulls or another team, it doesn't really matter. We just need to win.
That's all for this edition, but please join us next time. Until then, check us out on social media.